Yeah, I just wanted to try to see how I was gonna feel with it, and my tolerance is so low, and that it feels like when I have a beer, I'm just drinking ayahuasca. That's how low my tolerance is. I'm having a course and I'm like, whoa, it feels psychedelic.
Hey everybody, this is Background Noise with Joseph Fisher. Today's guest is Kevin Rodriguez. And yeah, what's up, Kevin?
What's going on, Joseph?
Not too much. He's just asking me beforehand why it's called Background Noise. I don't know if you can hear the train or not. We're using mics this time. I finally got it figured out. I got all the wires and cables in place. So this should be a better production than usual on the audio side. So I'm excited about that. You don't know if you have to work tonight. You said you work at the Comedy Castle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I work there as a waiter.
As a waiter. So do you know how many tickets have sold for tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that information.
No.
Yeah.
Who's the headlining?
I think it's Mary Santora.
Oh yeah, no, I saw. She looked kind of funny. When I saw her like clips ahead of the shows at the Comedy Castle.
Yes,
but yeah, I should have probably gone last night, but
Thursday night, slow night.
What is it? 25, 20, 25, 30?
30 what?
For the tickets for Mary Santora.
Oh, probably. Yeah, no, sure.
Usual release price. It's all right. So yeah, that's so you just have to wait until like what, 6 until you find out, or when's the latest they'd tell you?
4 before they tell me.
Before they tell me.
But I suspect the summer is pretty slow for the comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough week for comedy. I guess it's supposed to be really lit on Uber on 4th of July. Is what the other drivers are saying.
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting out of town? You said you're leaving next week.
I'm leaving Tuesday.
And you're going where?
I'm flying to Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
That's an excellent segue because I have so many questions about Puerto Rico.
What do you want to know?
Well, first I want to know how often do you go back?
It depends on how much money I want to spend.
Gotcha. Do you like going back?
I do love going back.
You love going back?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, nothing better than going back home.
You work in Litchfield right now, other than Comedy Castle?
Well, I was a substitute teacher.
You're a substitute teacher, right?
Yeah, and waiter, and that's it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, when you're a comedian, you got to do a lot of stuff you don't want to do just to support that.
And Puerto Rico isn't exactly the greatest place to get discovered doing comedy, I imagine.
You have to do something really interesting to get discovered there.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the first time that I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do comedy in Spanish over there. So we'll see. Yeah,
that's exciting.
It's a growing scene over there.
That's exciting. I would be pretty excited for that. So when you lived down there, did you live in San Juan or did you live relatively close? You lived okay. You lived off in the places where we are told not to go. Is that correct?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like there's even parts of Royal Oak that you're not supposed to go,
Really? You think so?
You get the Van Buren boys running around in bicycles, Big Cashew. I lived in Juana Diaz. That's where I'm from. That's in the south of Puerto Rico. Kind of country.
Do you want it to be a state, or are you happy as it is, as a Puerto Rican?
You know what? I don't really know what I want. I'm here.
Right.
There's a lot more opportunities here. There's a very interesting story with the independence and the state that it's in now. But
right.
I don't know. I feel like Puerto Rico has a lot of culture, and they don't know if they become a state, they'll have to get rid of some of that. And I don't think we want that. Yeah,
I get it. I don't want to be messed up in our bullshit. A lot of people don't.
A similar case is Hawaii. That's what could happen.
I mean, I've never been to Hawaii. Have you been to Hawaii?
Yeah, I was there a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful place.
What did you do out there?
I had a good time.
Just had a good time.
Yeah,
man.
I had a good time. I went. My cousin lives over there, and I went to visit her.
Yeah, if you have a friend, that's probably the best way to do it. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be $1 million to stay there.
I have a friend from long ago. I haven't seen him in like 20 years, but I still call him once in a while. And he lives on Maui, and it's good to know that if I ever did make it out there, there's a place to stay. But I bet he's pretty much the same guy, I'd like to think.
Okay.
But he's always been kind of, more... I don't know. He'll come up another time, but he's French Canadian. He always struck us as a little weird and stuff. So, but yeah, back on Puerto Rico. I remember a story sometime the past couple of years that really made me angry. And it was a Puerto Rican person who went to a rental car place, and the person at the rental car place said they didn't accept that license. And we know that's incorrect. And they were threatened with trespassing because they just wanted to get their rental reservation with their valid license. And, I kind of have this... I wish, the police were, superheroes instead of what they are. I wish, the police showed up to that situation and, pull out their guns on the cashier and be like, hey, you're retarded. Give her a car now. That would be cool. That's what the police should be for. You are fucking retard. We need to step in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice if they were out there defending Puerto Ricans. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I always thought should be the case.
Yeah.
The only other Puerto Rico knowledge, I know Logan Paul's there now.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. He's the pride of Puerto Rico.
Is he?
Or
is
yeah.
It?
It's one of the biggest boxers there right now.
So really, the Puerto Rican people like him?
Yeah, I think some of them like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, because they both live there.
Jake Paul is, I guess I'm a little more open to him because I don't know if you watched how much of the impulsive Logan Paul's, YouTube and his podcast and whatever. But
I would not be able to tell who is Jake and who is Logan if you show me a picture.
There you go. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, they both, they look the same to me.
I'm just what I'm amazed at is I'm always amazed at just how people get to what they are from just such normal ass circumstances, and they just for some reason they just blow up in this. And I think part of it requires you to how should I put this? Hold on, I want to make sure we're not getting cut off here. Sorry if we lost you for a second. So yeah, Logan Paul, just stunt after stunt. Do you think his brother Jake is going to beat Mike Tyson?
Well, that's been canceled.
It's not happening at all?
No, Mike Tyson is having some health issues. Apparently.
So it's never going to happen?
It's been canceled, and they don't know when it's going to happen. I think it's definitely. Yeah, so...
You heard it here last.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's gonna win. It looks like it's been like that. But Mike Tyson, I saw those videos of him training, and that guy, I don't know how old he is, but it's scary. It's scary. Was that a video effect?
I don't know what that was. That must have been some new shit Apple's doing. It's weird. We just saw it on the
Apple
screen.
didn't like that. Thumbs down.
A thumbs down? Something? I don't know. Maybe he's just saying that he doesn't like it. Mm-hmm. So there's thumbs down.
Somebody's watching.
I think I might have actually clicked a button too.
Oh.
So that new setup. Bear with us.
Yeah.
Just bear with us. It's cool. We're having fun. It's a nice day. Kevin might have to. What are you gonna do if you don't have to work?
Probably just go and look for a place to set up my hammock and finish reading a book.
Where? So you set up your hammocks in parks, or?
Yeah, park.
I gotcha. That's
Yeah.
that's cool. That's
Mhm.
cool.
That's what I
dig it.
tried to
What are
do.
you reading right now?
Kitchen Confidential, Anthony Bourdain's book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got like 2 more
Should I be
chapters.
worried about you?
Why?
You know how it ends.
No, no, I think about it every now and then just to check, but no, I just like his writing. I like cooking too, so there's a lot to, if you're like cooking and interested in learning more about the kitchen in restaurants, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting book. I like the writing, and I like personal writing too. So that's one of the things that I like about this book.
I am not an avid, well, I should say I'm not an avid reader of bigger names. I'm more familiar with excerpts than I am their entire works.
Mm-hmm.
But I read the news incessantly. And
Okay.
did you watch the debate last night?
No, I did not.
Have you seen any of the Friday morning quarterbacking going on, or have you
No,
heard any of it? You're not tuned in.
I just heard that it wasn't good for Biden.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That
I watched like a little.
There was actually a part where Biden said that women have to worry about being raped by their in-laws.
He said that.
Yeah. But there were like other groups after it. And I mean, I'm sure some people have been raped by their in-laws. But
Yeah.
is that the first? Is that the biggest segment you want to address right away? It was.
Yeah.
It was.
That's who he's going for. He's really going for that vote.
I guess so.
Oh man, yeah. I
guess
don't
so.
know what the fuck is gonna happen with that, but yeah, I don't really care about politics or anything.
Are you voting? You
Uh,
strike me as a person who might not vote.
I voted before. Really don't give a fuck this time.
Yeah, you seem like you. That seems like the vibe I get off you.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I am like so unenthused after what I witnessed last night
Yeah.
that yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. You could I don't know if I watched Jon Stewart flip from Monday to Thursday last night to
Okay.
do right after the debate. So his writers had to be just really on
Yeah.
point. And yeah, he knew it was a disaster for Biden. And at the very end of the segment, you can see him break character. And when he's breaking character, it's right at the very end, he's not being angry to be funny. You can tell he's genuinely angry. And I'm like, and it's really funny too, because remember when Stephen Colbert and him were doing that pack a long time ago? That might be before you were, this is probably when you were 10. Holy shit.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but they were doing comedy stuff in response to politics way back when, and during the George W. Bush times. And I don't know, man. That's I guess maybe that could be the third party is comedians.
The third political party.
Third political party comedians.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on abortion? We don't stand anywhere on abortion. We stand on the funny side of abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we stand on the funny side of
whatever the ladies.
poverty, education. If it's funny, we've got it.
Yeah.
So
I don't really care about all that, thinking about other stuff.
I made a woman cry the other night right across the street
boy.
there. Yeah.
Why?
I told her that some of the injustices I see happening in our state's prison system make me so angry that I want to shoot the people responsible.
Mm-hmm.
People are really.
You said that out of nowhere, or were you guys talking about?
No, we were talking about. It wasn't a non sequitur.
Yeah.
If that's what you're asking.
You're just walking in the streets of Rayala.
No. It wasn't a non sequitur. It was in the context of a discussion about things that made us angry. Things that we could do something about, and yeah, I don't know. I think you're probably a better person to ask because you are young, but you're not. You when did you move to the mainland here?
2014.
2014, and so you were how old then?
I was 14, about to be 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with the white kids. I really don't. Like, and I'm not sure what's wrong. I mean, you can say this is not a bad thing, but they're starting to become like culturally indistinguishable from each other, and it's just, I don't know. What
do you mean?
Well, I don't like, I don't trust people who don't give their children Christian names. Or like, an ethnic name or something like that. You can give me an ethnic name, Christian name's fine, but Tanner or Skylar,
Yeah.
no offense, Skylar, if you're watching.
Are those Christians' names or?
No, there's no Saint Skylar.
Okay.
Like, that's what it means. If it's a Christian name, there's got to be a Catholic saint.
Oh.
So, like Mary.
Yeah, what about Kevin?
There's Alexa, is there a Saint Kevin?
The word cavity in the context.
What? It didn't even fucking hear me. Alexa, stop. Alexa, is there a Saint Kevin?
Kevin is an Irish saint.
Yeah,
Known as
there
the
you go.
founder and first abbot of Glendalough in County Wicklow,
There you go.
Ireland.
I knew he was
His
Irish.
birthday is 3rd of
Didn't know
June.
it was.
Kevin's life is not
Yeah.
well documented.
It's good because Rodriguez doesn't sound
Saint.
like an Irish name.
No, it doesn't.
No.
That is Jewish.
It is?
Yeah. If you trace the history of the Rodriguez last name, it goes all the way back to when the Jews were in Spain, and then they were kicked out of Spain. So yeah, that's all I know about the last name.
Just
And
keep
now it's
getting
everywhere.
kicked out of places.
Yeah, and then it's everywhere in Latin American.
Everywhere in Latin America.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, shoot. I never knew that.
Mhm.
That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact. That's another question I have for you. The Spanish that you speak in Puerto Rico, what country's Spanish would you say it's closest to?
Well, it is just regular Spanish, the Spanish that you will find in any other place that speaks Spanish.
But like, I know there's the King Spanish, and then there's like,
There's a what?
I know there's like the King Spanish, like it's spoken in Spain.
Oh, well,
And-
Spain has like different Spanish. I just found out about it has Castilian. Then there's like the Basque country, which used to be part of Spain, but now it's its own independent country, and that is like a mix of Portuguese and French. And then there's like the north part of Spain. I don't know, like Valencia maybe. They speak a different dialect. It's all Spanish, but it's just different dialects. In Puerto Rico,
What
it's like
dialects? I guess your dialect's closest to what other?
we call it
dialect?
Spanglish because we're
You do.
part
There
of
is
the
a
United
lot of code
States.
switching.
not code switching, but like I didn't grow up saying like the word parking in Spanish means estacionamiento.
Okay.
I didn't grow up saying that. I grew up saying parking.
Okay. That is code switching.
Yeah. Hamburger, hamburguesa. I said hamburger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like it's a lot. There's a lot of English.
Escuela, school. I mean, that's a cool.
We say escuela though.
You say escuela.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Good to know. Yeah. It's like I'd love to learn it, but I know that I'm not gonna be in a practical situation where I get to use it all the time. Like I had all these like ideas of what I might do after I get my settlement, and one of them was like do a Spanish immersion program somewhere. And I don't know, I think I'd just want to. They just did another down sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
what
like
the
that.
fuck. We're gonna figure this all out in post.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
but
it
that sounds fun. You
or
should
it
do
might
that.
Stay in. No,
you should go
I
go to
have
Spain.
too big expectations. It's like I'm gonna fall in love with somebody, and then I'm gonna get to live in Europe for the rest of my life. I don't know what
Okay.
I do in Europe. I couldn't do.
I mean, you can do a lot of things. You can
I
smoke
could-
cigarettes.
No, I mean, yeah, of course you can smoke cigarettes.
You can eat a croissant.
Well, this is too like this woman that I made cry. That's the thing. She's like a teacher. So
Oh, is that the ladies is gonna fall? You guys are gonna fall in love with each other?
no, the woman that I was telling you about who I made cry.
Oh, okay.
Is she's a teacher, and I was like, I wish school didn't seem like prison. Right, because I think I see schools today and I see prisons. What do you see?
Yeah, it's a prison too.
Okay,
I
great.
mean, I've always seen school as
Yeah,
a prison.
exactly.
Especially
So-
here. Over there in Puerto Rico, at least you get recess and you're allowed to go out, to downtown.
Yeah,
and
exactly. So
run around.
I said it's like, I'm like, yeah, high school was way better when I was in it.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, junior and senior year, we got to like leave for lunch and we go smoke cigarettes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of like, we're supposed to be don't you understand that kids don't want to be kept safe? They don't want to be kept safe. You don't own them. You don't own your children. I'm sorry, I hate my mom. And
Okay.
yeah, that comes out right there. I bet you have a good relationship with your mother.
Yeah, it's gotten better through the years.
Getting better through the years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I just think it's like, it's always this is why I'm like a proud, like, never
Proud Boys?
kids person. No. Never kids, whatever you call it.
Never kids.
Yeah, never like I've always been against it for myself. Obviously,
Oh,
other
you don't want to have
people
kids yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
obviously, other people are going to have kids, and I'm not going to stop that.
Yeah.
But I do have. I'm not going to go there.
All right.
I could, but no, yeah, it's like
it is your podcast.
What's that?
It is, yeah.
It is my podcast, I guess, but I don't know.
I'm curious to hear what you got to say about.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I think that everybody gets born in this world. Like, you don't get to choose your parents.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for everybody to have a stake in America, they have to have guaranteed something. Like, you have to guarantee kids that when they're born to shitty parents, that at 18 there'll be like housing for them, there'll be access to education for them, stuff like that. Because like, if they don't own anything like other kids' parents do, they're just gonna be like, screw this garbage. And that's a lot of the stuff that I hear from a lot of my passengers. It's like, so how do you keep people from spitting out dumb kids? And my idea is, and give people equity in just being alive. And I think that, like, when you get born, you receive 0.75 child credits. All right. So if you want a kid with another person, you both use half, like 0.5%, or sorry, 50% of a child credit, and from each is 75 to get one kid, and they have a half kid left over. What do you do with a half kid? You buy another half kid off somebody else, or you sell your half kid because you don't want another kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that is an interesting way to.
I don't know. I was
deal
just
with them.
watching something about in England where they were cutting off child tax credits after like 2 kids.
Okay.
And I think that's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of big families.
Yeah, I don't know anything about taxes or anything. I just pay them and that's it. So I don't have a kid yet, so I don't have to worry about that.
Do you want to have a kid?
Yeah,
You
I guess
do.
at
You
some
wanna be a
point
dad.
I wanna be a father, hang out with my kid.
Yeah,
play
you'd probably
baseball.
make a good dad.
Or
I mean,
something.
you already know you want to do it, so
So I also, want to travel and, like the independence of just not having anything to depend on me and just grab my bag and go.
well, that's the
You know?
position I'm in, and it's
Yeah.
not as great as it sounds, but it's I mean, you've got the energy right now. You need to. Have you been to Europe?
No, I have not been to Europe.
You need to
Wanna
just go to Europe just for the sake of going to Europe.
Smoke a cigarette, yeah.
Yeah, smoke a cigarette.
I don't think they have American spirits over there, so What's a good cigarette
Well,
brand
you
to?
can import some cigarettes.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
you guys-
bring probably like a carton.
That is true.
I don't know. Maybe you have to get them from duty free. And does duty free sell American spirits?
Oh yeah, they sell them really cheap too.
No, it's cool to know that you
Yeah.
have American spirits because I'm going to bum one off you after this episode.
Yeah. Oh, I don't smoke
Oh, fuck.
anymore. But if I were to smoke, that would be
So
the.
you don't smoke cigarettes.
Go to.
You don't drink.
Oh, I drink now.
Oh, you drink now?
Yeah, I'm drinking again.
Oh, you're back to drinking. Okay.
Mhm.
So how often have you been drinking?
Really, whenever I feel like it, you know. When I do comedy, I try not to drink before going on stage. I'll do it before.
That's what
I do.
got
I do it
me.
after.
That's what got me in my position is I actually tried to not drink before I got on stage
Mm-hmm.
at Ridley's. And since I hadn't been drinking, I was hitting withdrawal symptoms. And I passed
really?
out backstage. And that was my rock bottom.
But that is, I think I was there for that.
Yeah, I think you were too.
Yeah, I think I was on stage where they were carrying you.
Yeah.
And I was having this thing while I was on stage. I didn't know whether to acknowledge that or because it was pretty loud.
I'm sorry I made it weird for you.
It wasn't weird for anybody, you know.
I guess it's like some, on the job experience, like how to handle, one of the other comics almost dying.
I didn't see it. I wasn't hosting that night, but I just saw the paramedics come in, and then while I was on stage, they were carrying you, and it was pretty. It sounded like like I don't know if people from the audience heard it, but I was like, I don't know whether to acknowledge what happened back there or. But yeah, so you must have been drinking a lot to have withdrawals, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, when I drove back sober from DC to Detroit on election day of 2010.
Okay. Is that where you're from?
What's that?
Are you from DC?
No, sorry. Excuse me. 2014. 2014. Okay. I'm not from DC. I lived down there a long time, but I'm from Royal Oak, Michigan, right here. And I got back just in time to cast a vote. And I couldn't vote because my hands were so shaky.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
my body was sweating, and it was all fine after I got somewhere and drank a bunch of Maker's Mark. Everything was chill then. But yeah, I was in the worst position, and yeah,
that sounds rough. I never felt that,
It's good. It's good that you don't have to it's good that you're conscious of that because I got a friend living upstairs who just keeps going through the cycle. And I was actually just at the doctor before I visited you, and he's got the same general practitioner as me, and I feel like I had to rat him out on all this crap because he's just passed out drunk in the street. EMS had to come the other day.
Oh boy!
And he's always getting into a mess, and he's a good guy, but he's enabled. But I'm happy that you feel that you have control over it. I'm personally worried about dipping my toes in the water, mainly because I do know I drink to get drunk. And if I drink to get drunk, then it becomes, okay, how many times are you going to allow yourself to get drunk a month?
Yeah, I did not like getting drunk again for the first time since I started drinking again.
So you haven't gotten drunk?
No, I've gotten drunk.
Oh, you've gotten drunk?
Yeah,
okay.
Once at a concert. Not drunk, but I felt the next day like I was hungover. And I only had 4 beers. And that 4 beers wouldn't do anything to me back in the day. But
I mean, that's part of me too. Is I could just have one really nice beer, and I might get a really nice buzz off of it. But I don't want to start making exceptions.
It's the best. If you were having withdrawals like that, it's the best to not dip your toes in that lake again. Honestly, I was not having that. For me, it was more like I get socially anxious and I overthink a lot. So drinking would make me not think about those things that I would worry about and overthink.
I feel like I'm better with the ladies.
When you're drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like a lot of men feel that way.
Yeah, you don't actually know if you are. It's the thing that's weird for me is that I've been not drinking so long.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to your mark, but I notice I'm much more aware of the people I drive home on Fridays and Saturday nights,
Remy.
and how stupid they can be acting.
Oh yeah, when you get drunk, you get stupid because you're that part of your brain that tells you to not do stuff
Goes
turns
away.
off after a few drinks.
Yeah.
And that's fun sometimes, you know. Sometimes you need to turn that off. But have you been dating since you been sober?
No,
No?
I haven't.
Okay.
I've tried. Sex and love are different things. I mean,
Yeah.
I think incels. Any guy could get sex. It might just not be the girl of your dreams.
Oh yeah, sure.
But then there's that kind of ethical question. It's like, well, should you have sex with her if you wouldn't want to have a relationship with her?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm getting too old to do that. I think you could do
Yeah.
that. You get away with that when you're younger. I think it just draws too much criticism.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the hookup thing, you know. I have these things that I have sex and then I'm like, all right, well, are we gonna get married?
Nah.
You know, that's the Puerto Rican way. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I think it's like if communication is the big thing. You know, talk about it, and then also know yourself. If you're a person that has sex and then you have expectations after having sex, then maybe it's not a good idea for you to have sex with somebody that you just met. It's, you should just know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Put it back on the victim.
What do I mean? Put it back on the victim.
No, just saying it's like the other way around. Like you just said. Repeat what you just said. What you're just saying. Are we gonna get
if you're a person that
Right. If you're a person that's going to get feelings after
Yeah.
having sex with a person right away, don't have sex with them right away.
Mhm,
So that
yeah.
goes for women as equally as it does men.
yeah,
Okay.
it goes for everybody
Goes for everybody.
that has a soul and a heart.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Guess I'm out. I actually I had like a freshman year philosophy class at Wayne State, and the guy, he's talking about the existence of a soul, and I'm like, no, I don't believe in the existence of a soul. And he's like, what? What if Joe? What if somebody said, hey, you have no soul? And I'd be like, I know. Like it's.
Why don't you believe you have a soul?
I was just more being funny in the moment, but I think at the time I related the soul much more closely with religion and faith, and it's a more nebulous concept now, because I was still very when I was younger, not practicing, but still very connected to that worldview.
What worldview?
Just
Religious?
growing up white Christian in America, you know. I was definitely all about the Republicans when I was younger, because I thought they were right, and I was stupid when I was younger, and that obviously changed over a period of time for various reasons, but I think once I got out in the world and I started meeting, especially after I went to Germany, it's these aren't the guys. I had enough experience living overseas then to get enough perspective from the outside. That's nah.
Yeah, that's the best way to get a better perspective about your country, just leaving it.
Yeah.
Looking at it through the eyes of other people. And then looking at the that country that you're in and how they operate.
Have you been over to the Windsor Comedy Club yet? Speaking of other countries?
No, I was there when it was not a comedy club. I was there before the pandemic happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
need
there.
to
I heard they charge you to cross the border, so I'm okay.
well, it's a toll. I mean, yeah, you got
$10 toll.
You got to pay to cross the border. I mean, people don't build tunnels and bridges for free.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's I get that. I mean, the way I
gonna pay
look at it is
$10,
I don't drink, or maybe I might make an exception because I'm in another country. Who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't count if you're in another country.
No, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Then I just that's too easy, man. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. See, you were living where when you turned 19? Where were you living?
When I turned 19,
Yeah,
I was living in Dearborn Heights.
is that where you're still at now?
No, I'm in Detroit.
Okay, so. Did you and your friends like go to Canada all the time?
No,
No.
I've never been to Canada with any of my friends.
That is, dude, I was like making $100 wagers at the casino when I was 19.
Oh, wow.
With student loan money. And yeah, it was
Wager, what does that mean?
a bet.
Oh, okay, nice.
So wager, a bet.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, and it was either gambling or it was booze. And we just got into so much shit over there. It was ridiculous. Like I had to punch a guy in the face and then he apologized to me after I did it.
Yeah.
Like he was so drunk and out of control.
Is that why you punched him?
Yeah.
What was he doing to you guys?
He was like, he made a beeline. He was in his bad mood because he got kicked out of the club because whatever. It was his time to get kicked out of the club.
Yeah.
And he just did this like beeline out of the back door of the hotel we were staying at, like into the parking lot. And he was just like running directly at me. And he was doing like this windmill thing with his hands as he's coming toward me.
Yes.
And I just like planted my back foot. I like hit him right in the face.
Nice. Did it feel good?
It did feel good. And he's like, "It's okay. I know you had to do that, man. It's okay. I'm sorry, Joe. I know." And this guy's dude's name Joe too, is Joey or whatever.
Oh.
But
Seems like he wanted it to happen.
maybe
Yeah.
it's just we like really.
So that's the last person you punched?
This is the last person I punched. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Wait. Does myself count?
No, you're not
Okay.
gonna count that. Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, I think that's the last time
It's
I punched
different
somebody.
when you punch yourself.
I think there needs to be more like realistic opportunities for people to. I mean, I think we really do need Fight Club in a sense because we have the rage rooms, and I don't get what you get out of breaking stuff that's already broken. That's like it's worthless stuff. This means nothing to nobody.
Yeah,
like I want a rage room where I can like mess with actual people's feelings.
Huh? Like break somebody's computer?
Yeah, make a rage room where I can make people cry.
What do you get from that? From making somebody cry?
I am a sadist.
Oh, okay.
I am a sadist. It's true. But I don't know. It's like, because the thing is I guess I don't want to make, here's the thing. I don't want to make somebody cry, right? But breaking physical objects that are broken doesn't feel like it's only like kinetic energy that's being released. It's no mental energy, because you're not angry at a broken TV. You're not angry at this, refrigerator over there.
Yeah, but it's like, through that kinetic energy, you release the anger. I mean, rage rooms I don't think they work. I don't think that's the best way to release anger.
And that's the thing, is because I feel like people need, if you really let your emotions out, you'll hurt somebody's feelings.
No, what you
I
need to
guess
do
the
if
point
you're
is the
angry
point.
is just go out for a run. Go swim. Go.
You sound like my therapist. You
punch.
know what? You can charge people $200 an hour to give that advice.
Yeah, I mean, therapy is pretty easy. You just ask somebody why you're here. They tell you why you're here, and then you ask them again, how does that make you feel? And that's therapy.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to college for that. Just read a couple books and...
Well, you need to go to college to charge people that much for that.
Oh, yeah, the certification, the whole thing.
Yeah, you got to be legit.
Yeah, man. I feel like when I'm angry, the best way to release that anger is just either dance or do some push-ups or go for a run. At least for me, I don't know.
I need more of. See, this is a Puerto Rican view of life. This is. I don't think like. I wish I had grown up in another country. I think like growing up in the country at the time I did made a lot of kids. I think that's like a lot of people my age are depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I can't quite figure it out.
Figure out what?
Why? I think there was a definite shift from like the 80s into the 90s, where 80s people thought like, possibility. And then I think feel like it's all been downhill since, almost I guess, to make it real simple, like before George W. Bush, it's all downhill from there. But I don't necessarily blame it on the president. I just think people are so much less trusting of people and so easily afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised by the kind of things that, I'm not going on the, comedians have to censor themselves. Obviously, we have it here. But I'm surprised at how sensitive people are. Because it's like, what? I said something wrong? You ever get that where you feel like you're not sure what you said wrong?
Usually I know what will make somebody feel bad. That's not what I'm going for, because I've been on the opposite side of it. There's been times that a comedian says something and I'm like, oh, that offended me, but that is my problem.
What would be an example of something someone would say to you that would make you angry, and it's giving you a thumbs down now or something?
Yeah. Well, when I first started, people will make fun of my accent a lot. Oh. And when I moved here, that was one of the things that here you go, another thumbs down. Cool. Yeah. That was one of the things that I was very insecure about, Like, really? I learned English pretty fast.
Somebody told you that?
It took me a long time to speak it. And I'm already a very introverted person, shy, and... so it would take a lot of me to like speak a different language, a new language, So once I started to get more confident with that, and then I would have people make fun of my accent, but I was just like, this is where I'm at. This is the field that I'm in, I'm in comedy, and you better, be tough.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It's like such a ridiculous criticism to have of somebody of their accent, because there are so many people with accents.
It wasn't a criticism. It was just a joke, and then I was just sensitive to it, because of past things, and it's my problem, Like if you gotta know where you're going. You're gonna hear things all the time, but those words, words, they do hurt, but it's like they're not gonna kill you. They're just, I
don't think anybody's hurt me yet with their words, but I think that's also a really, I think if you tried to hurt me with your words, I might be so dense as to not get what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just a sense of entitlement. I say something and I'm unaware of your triggers, and then you expect me to know your triggers, and behave accordingly to your triggers, and when you should deal with that, yourself, and don't go to places where you're gonna get triggered. Just the best way is deal with it, don't expect people to behave accordingly to your sensitivities. That is not the way that humans are supposed to behave.
Do you think living in Detroit gives you kind of the best location for hitting all the different mics that are available?
Yeah.
So you make it out to Plymouth Roadhouse.
Yeah, I've been there once.
You've been there once. Okay, yeah. I've only been there a couple times. Well, how often do you make it down to Wyandotte?
Not often.
Not often. Okay.
Thumbs down. There you go. Nope.
What? Oh, gotta move the mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah, I've been down there a couple times, but yeah, it is just. I mean, I know some nights you have to work, obviously, but on those nights where I always see you at New A a lot. I'll see you at the Independent. What else? Where else do you, other than Ridley's, too? I mean, I just feel like I'm not doing enough, but at the same time, it is a lot of time investment to drive somewhere and then wait.
Yeah.
And then drive home. And I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here. You're in a pretty good spot. Have you done the Tune-Up Tuesday at the Michigan House of Comedy?
Oh, yeah, I go there sometimes.
I got
Detroit
you.
House of Comedy, yes.
Okay.
I like that place.
Word. Yeah, I've signed up a few times. I need to get in the habit of just, I need a reminder in my calendar like I do for Ridley's when they have open mics.
Yeah, you set up an alarm. Hey, it's Tuesday, or like...
Yep. What day do you usually fill out your Google form?
It could be any day.
It could be any day.
For the Detroit House of Comedy?
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine there's a certain day that whoever's looking looks at the most of them, and I'm trying to figure that out because that's essentially how Ridley's does it. You find out the next day.
I have no idea how that works, but yeah.
I gotcha. Do you have any specific places you're going to be soon, or any shows that you're on? Are you in the Detroit to LA? Are you part of anything else right now?
No, I'm nowhere. I'm just living life, trying to enjoy the summer.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, did you already do your round of Detroit to LA, or did you not throw your hat in the ring? Or?
No, I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I did it once and that was it. I should do it just because it's
Well,
stage
I mean,
time.
if they'll give you the spot, I mean, you absolutely should do it because I think that's the best time I get on stage because you feel like you're on a real stage and everybody's paying attention. So that's good because if you do good, they'll laugh, but also if you fuck up, they'll notice.
Yeah.
And that's what you're really, aiming for is to get in that environment. So yeah, I hope my next hope for myself is I get to do MC for an open mic.
Okay. Are you telling that you want MC?
I've mentioned it once to Bill. Did you say to Bill that you wanted to MC?
No.
You just got called back. Now, when you got called back, did they say you were going to be the MC?
Yeah.
They did. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, that's cool because I know eventually one of these days I'll get my turn. And yeah, I just know small goal, but goal nonetheless. Weekend at Ridley's. So still got a long way to go, but it's a goal. You always got to set goals for yourself. So
what are you going to do to get there?
That's what I'm talking about. Why I haven't been, I need to get out more. I mean, I am doing Detroit to LA. I'm doing the September Detroit to LA competition. So that round. Yeah. And I might get it back out to Vegas later this year since my Vegas friend called me out of the blue the other day. Other than that, just, writing new stuff. It's, I think it's going to be, I don't know. I'm really into politics and the news, so I just I just don't know if people want to hear jokes about it.
Well, I think people don't care as long as you present it well.
Well, one thing I was thinking, it's like, okay, here's one I was thinking that I didn't get into my set last time that I want to. It's like, I've noticed a lot of people aren't putting bumper stickers on their car anymore. And that's cool. Who wants to ride around with a political bumper sticker this year? Who wants to go riding around in gang colors? On one hand, the Republicans have the NRA. On the other hand, the Democrats have the Black Panthers and a coked up Hunter Biden. So that's where I was going with that. But I like writing jokes like that, but if you aren't paying attention to the news, hard to do. So that's why I'm jealous of guys like Bill Maher, who's always like, his audience knows what they're going to see, and they're a smart audience.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You build an audience.
Yeah. So
And right now we're at the point that we don't have an audience yet, so you just gotta keep doing you.
yeah. Well, I've seen some people keep doing them by just turning their whole their whole comedy routine into a political rant, and it sells. So
Yeah. Me, I personally don't like anything with politics, so
yeah, I
I'm
get
more-
it. It's not funny. There you go.
It could be funny, you know.
Well, we
Some
can make
people-
it funny,
Yeah.
but anyway, we've had Kevin Rodriguez. Kevin, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming on. Our
Thank you
next
for having me.
guest coming soon, Nicole Melnick, in the next episode, so look out for that one. And I'll see you next time, and see Kevin around. Go to the Comedy Castle. Say hi.